Hi chaps, MOP here from Beard, Biceps and Batchat. Apologies, today's been a bit, well I say today, this week's been a bit of a slow week for videos. Normal service has resumed. Apologies also for the length of this video, it's about 11 minutes. Normally I like to keep them to about 7 minutes, somewhere around that if possible. But this was a really good battle that I thought you guys would really appreciate it, so I thought I'd break me my golden rule and throw an 11-minute video on. So I am in my Waffenträger on El Haluf tier 8 match. I'm a top tier TD. I recently got it back because obviously we have the Grill 15 incoming, so I thought get it back, finish it off. I don't particularly like the waffle, but the grill could be a lot of fun. And I forgot how much I sort of miss playing with this tank. It's a very, very good tank. It's a lot of fun. So you'll notice I am on the ridgeline in El Haluf. In one of my other videos, I said do not camp the ridgeline unless you are a TD. If you're a TD, it's fine. You're better here, especially while your team's spotted. Now our team's deploying quite nicely. We've got the heavies and a couple of TDs heading over to the A corner. Red team's doing a little bit of a push down the 890. I'm trying to see if I can get involved, get a couple of flanking shots as they push down past the central town. But unfortunately, I get lit up before I do that, which means there's a scout running around out there. So I decide it's not really going to be advantageous for me to sort of stay here too long. There's two arty, two tanks next to each other lit up, are just begging to be smacked by artillery. So I decided to move on, find somewhere else to camp. Now what I actually want to do is I want to not just support my team by playing on the ridge line, but I know where the main engagement is going to be between the heavies on A, B, 1 and 2. So what I want to do is get myself in a position where I can provide supporting fire for my guys into the engagement, but without being a focal point. So it's a little bit of a balancing act to pull off. So in the position I'm in currently, I'm able to get shots into the red team and say Cress's Hill, there's the first cheeky chap. Now I doubt I'm going to track him unless I'm lucky or destroy anything, but what it is going to do is take a lot of damage off the tanks that crest over. Now this is going to change the way they play. They can't be as aggressive because they've taken 500-600 worth of damage, so they've got to be a little bit more careful about how they push. Now you'll notice we still have 3 heavies camping our ridgeline. I'm not going to slate them this game because they're actually doing a good job protecting our RT from 2 cheeky marauding, well, a medium and a light, who are trying to have some fun with them. So they're doing well there. I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to relocate myself a little bit. The fight's moved past the position I was in. It's lost its advantage of being able to get shots because they're not coming over that hill anymore. So the position I've taken up now, again, I'm still not a focal point when the Reds push round, but I can still support my team if the Reds play too aggressively. There's also a little bit of a gap where that light tank is, which they could exploit with a couple of heavies, so I'm able to sort of plug that gap and put fire into there as well. Another thing you're going to see me doing quite constantly is when I'm shooting, I'm going to be moving my reticle over terrain. Now the reason for that is I'm trying to judge the distance, or find the distance, how far away I am from the enemy tanks. The crew I have on here is, it's essentially a camouflage crew from the Borsig, so this is something I used to do with the Borsig. Ideally I don't want them to get within about 350 meters, otherwise they're going to spot me. So what you're going to see me doing a lot is checking my range, checking how far away I am. If I'm too close, you'll see me just pulling back a little bit, rechecking the distance. Again, this is just to remain unspotted as long as possible because they have 2 arties on their team. Now you'll notice our team is getting absolutely smashed at the minute. We've effectively, there's the SOS, there's the help, I've got you mate, don't worry. There's the second one, I've got you as well mate, don't panic. We've pretty much lost the pocket at this point. They've got 6-7 tanks against our 3 that we have remaining. I better fluff this. Yep, of course it do. It just dodges. So it's pretty difficult for those guys to hold the position. The Tiger, that, no, he's doing a good job, just rams him, put a shot into him, first kill. They're quite fortunate, it sounds really bad, that there's a lot of wrecks, all from our team, that are helping these guys last that little bit longer. Now there's a T95, the TD up there, he's is going to have a stellar game. So keep an eye on him on the minimap if you can during this replay. So all I'm going to be doing is putting support and fire to try and help the IS-3 out. He's going to die, there's not too much I can do. If he's helps take out the STI in the meantime, that's not too bad. At this point we're outnumbered 2-1, and our TD over there is outnumbered something crazy like 4 or 5-1. As I said, he has an absolutely belting game. So again, I'm just checking the range distance, seeing how far I am, seeing if I can provide a bit more fire support. There's no point me rushing over there YOLOing. All that's going to happen is I'm going to get myself killed. I'm not going to help out the T95. I'm better off staying here. Tanks that approach him or crest the ridgeline, putting shots into them just to stop them playing aggressively and just swarming him. Now it's at this point I do a quick head count with the red team and I notice there's a couple of tanks missing. I think, okay, there's the first one, KV4, and there is this little cheeky chap with a Tiger too. So I'm a fairly safe position here. I've got a lot of hard cover around from me. I'm in no danger of not being able to reload. I'm not going to be in a brawl fest. They're not going to rush me. The biggest threat to me is the 2 artillery pinging me. So I know that Tiger 2, he's pulled back, he's going to go the long way around under the ridgeline and look to pop up behind me. So I don't actually need to do anything to deal with him at the minute. I've probably got 2-3 minutes before he gets in a position where he can be effective. So what I'm going to do is deal with this KV4, get him out of the game, then look to take out the Tiger and just see where I am after that. So I've popped out quite close to the edge of the cover, so the KV4 should be pre-aimed there. So what I'm going to do instead is just expose myself a little bit differently. You'll also see I'm exposing the back rather than the front of the tank. The reason is the turret's rear mounted on this, so rather than poking out the front where he can shoot me probably a good 3 to 4 seconds before I can shoot him, he immobilizes me, takes out some tracks. This way my gun's coming out fairly quickly. Again, he thinks I'm going to be close to the ridge line, so he's pre-aimed at the wrong location, so I just throw a shot into him. Now the problem there for him especially was I was detected at that point, so I have no idea why he thought I was there. I'm not going to judge, I just assume he had a slight potato moment. T95 in the corner has managed to chew through a lot of the enemy tanks with the help of artillery and the light tanks, so we've brought it back from being 6 or 7 down to almost equal. Now notice the Tiger 2, he's finally come round to play. He's made it under the ridge line, so we slam a shot into him, pull back. As I said, you can see here what I was explaining before. My front sticks out a lot before I can shoot, so we take him out, not a problem. This T32 has got a little bit cheeky. Rather than contributing a little bit more, he's decided to go arty hunting. So I think I'll throw a shot into him. The arty's throwing up his affirmation. He's giving me a tick. He's going to go shotgun in the T32. Not the best way to die. So he's just going to hunt him down, throw a shot at him. I would hope. Nope. I'm just going to run over just in case he messes up. But no, he's okay. He gets it done. My next plan of action is to go hunting the ridgeline for the TD and 2 arty that are hiding. We've got a light that can do it, a heavy that can do it, but I've got quite a lot of hit points left, so I think, oh, I may as well just go hunting, go for a wander, and see what mischief I can get myself into. This bit will probably take a little bit just because it's getting over there and spotting everything, but what I really want people to take away from this video is if you're playing TDs that rely on camo, oh, there he is, shot into him. Always check your range values where your closest enemy is, just to see if they can spot you. Ideally, if you've got a camo net and crew skills, you want to keep them about 350 meters. The second thing is placing your tank if you're a support tank to have the biggest effect possible while taking the least amount of damage. Now, the reason you want to do that is there are certain times in games where you know you're going to have to carry. So in this game, for example, the T95's done a good carry. I've done a little bit of one, not as good as the T95. So you need to conserve your hit points. Now, your way to do that is, again, to know where the hotspots are in each map and locations where you can place your tank to put damage into the hotspots, again, without being a focal point of enemy return fire. That'll conserve your HP, you'll be contributing, you'll be effective, but it just means come the late game you've got plenty of HP where you can go hunting, you can help carry. I've got a couple more videos on it that you'll see in the tier 9 Batchat, which might highlight it a little bit better. That's a very, very good carry tank. Had a lot of fun with that tank. So I'm just going to farm my damage here, take out the RT. There's one. We've still got the TD and the RT to find. I imagine this light tank's going to take out the TD before I do. But it's just going back to my main point of the video is it's important to be effective as possible while taking the least amount of damage, especially early to mid game. A lot of people throw away the HP quite early on. Don't do it if you can avoid it. Have a little think about what you're doing. Let's just take this last tank out. There we go. Not quite the top gun that I thought I was going to get, but the light tank had a really good game as well, so I'm not going to begrudge him taking out the TD from me. We've managed to walk away with probably just shy of 6k combined. High caliber, that's good. We've got a mastery on the Waffenträger. I think it was my first game back in it and 5 kills. I hope you're enjoying the videos, guys. Please like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you next time, chaps.